All right, so here goes. So based on what we're seeing here, it will link to what? Based on what we're seeing, 6 linked to 7, 7 linked to 8, and based on how it is going, 7 linked to 9. So we are seeing 9 here. All right, so number 21 is 9. All right, let's look at number 22. For number 22, we want to examine the pattern below, right? So in examine the pattern below, we want to use it to answer 22. So we're seeing a triangle, then a pentagon, 2 circles, triangle, pentagon, 2 circles, triangle, pentagon, 2 circles. So if you look at that pattern, what next, right? If you know the answer next, you could type it in the chat. If you know what you have next, you could just answer that one very quickly, all right? So I'm giving you a minute to answer that. After the 2 circles, every single time will come a triangle, but look at how the triangles are set. Watch this. This one turn that way, the other one the other way. You have to observe how the triangles are set. So I'm expecting the triangle to be turning that way. So you can't just pick any triangle. That one is incorrect. We were looking for this one. So the answer is D. So watch out for this. Watch out for the trick. Look at how the triangles were turning that way, turning this way, turning the other way, and then that way again. So you have to be looking out for that. All right, let's go to the next question. So we have to read as well. We have to read all of these instructions. It says, examine the tree diagram below. S, T, and U. A relationship exists between the 3 numbers in diagram S. Watch this. The same operation used in the relationship for S, it is used for T, and the same thing is used for U. What we want to do is to observe, make sure that we see that relationship that's going on right about now. So quickly, you have to be thinking. Make sure, though, that whatever you find work not just for one, but for all, right? So what we want to do is to just quickly now take a look at this. Type in your answers as you go. Remember to hit like as well and subscribe to the channel. Here's the thing. If I subtract, if I say, let me use a black, if I say 8 minus 5, I'll get 3. And then 3 times 5 gives me 15. If I say 7, if I say 7 from the 12 here, I'll get 5. And then 5 times the 7 give me 35. So basically what we're doing here, we're subtracting this number from the one below and then multiply by 3 to come here. So it's going to be 10 minus 6, and that's going to be 4, right? So you could see that there's a difference of 4, and we're going to multiply 4 by 6 to come here. So 4 times the 6, and we're looking for 24. And 24 is actually at B, right? So if you selected B, and I see a lot of B coming in, very good, looking good down there, looking good, excellent. I see a lot of B coming out in the group. All right, so we're looking at this 24. 24 says a number is in the box, right? So we're looking at a number is given in the box below. Here's a number, 99. It is used to answer question 24. Here is question 24. So let us look to see what's going on. A number with the digit 9, so we have to read carefully. A number with the digit 9 is added to the number in the box to make 1,000. All right, so what is the place value of the digit 9 in the number added? In other words, if I want to know the number added, I'm going to take this from 1,000, right? So I'm going to take the 99 from 1,000 to make sure that I have that number. So that number is going to give me 901. If you listen to the sound, please make sure that you understand what they're asking. What is the place value? Not the value, place. The place value that it has, right? Talking about the 9. If you even speak the word, you will say 900. So that means we're in the hundreds there. So C is the answer for that. All right, very good. Good going, C. All right, let's check out number 25. Number 25 says, examine the number below. Examine the number below. The point, there is a dot here, which is here. We're seeing it on the screen. And the number line represents 3/4. So we're told that this is 3 out of 4, right? We want to use it to answer question 25. So let us look carefully at question 25. Looking at question 25 carefully. So here's the deal. Which fraction should be in this box right here? What fraction should go in the box at the end? What fraction goes at the back at the end? I want to see those who are typing in the responses. Yes, I'm seeing some very good responses coming out. But watch this. Very good. So we're thinking about having this in sets of 4s because this is quarters. Because there's a 3/4. So obviously this is like 2/4. And if I had a marking half of that, that would be 1/4. So here in the box, we're looking for 4 quarters. And 4 quarters will definitely be at B. Because it was in quarters, we're looking at it like that. All right. Let's go on to this other question. Let's read it. It says, Mark thought of a number. All right. So this is about the game thinking about a number. If you're thinking about a number, Mark thought of a number and perform the steps below. So here are the steps that were performed. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps were performed, right? So it's a use the steps that Mark's performed, right? Watch this. Step 1, multiply the number you thought by 2, add 10 to the result, and then you want to divide the result by 2, then subtract 4, right? From the third step. After following all of those steps, we're now told that Mark ended up with 5. There is a number of ways that you can approach a problem like this, all right? But if you're in the exam and you feel freeze up, what you could do is go through a process of elimination, right? You could eliminate, you could pick a number and follow because it's just 4 of them. You could just pick one that you like, right? You could cross it off if it's not correct. Or you could set up something in algebra. I would say eliminate and pick a number. For example, say I pick 4. I pick number 4 from the set, and then I'm going to perform this. Multiply the number by 2. I'm going to multiply 4 by 2. I get 8. Then now it says add 10 to the result. I'm going to add 10 to that result. I'm going to get 18. Then step 3, divide the result by 2. I'm going to divide 18 by 2, and I'm getting 9. Then they say subtract 4 from it. Now I'm going to take 4 from it. I get 5. And they're saying that when 4 was subtracted in the last, we ended up with 5. What number did he pick early? It would have been the number 4. This is not the only way you can do this, right? But in the interest of time, I'm not going to pick on all the ways that you can approach it. But definitely, you could go through a process of eliminating what number that did not fit that, right? So you want to try that and see what works. All right, let's go again. Question 27. If you're just joining the class, we're asking you to hit up the likes on the video, hit up the likes and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's go again. All right, now let's look at this question. It says 4 siblings. We're dealing with Carl, Bob, Dean, and Mary, all right, are to be arranged in order of keyword now, oldest, right, to youngest. So we have to pay attention to details. Oldest to youngest, that's what we're dealing with. Now, there are some clues that we have here. Carl is neither the youngest nor the oldest. In other words, I'm not going to have Carl at the end. So if I'm seeing any graph with Carl at the end, it is incorrect because Carl is not the youngest. Carl is not the eldest, right? So we are making note of that. Another thing says Bob is older than Dean, but younger than Mary. Now let's look at these 3. Bob is older than Dean, but Bob is also younger than Mary. In other words, Dean is at the back right now, right? Right now, Dean is at the back and Mary is somewhere at the top, right? Matter of fact, Mary is at the top right now because Mary is older than Bob. And we got information that Carl is not at the top and Carl is not at the bottom, right? So Carl is neither the youngest nor the oldest. So we're suggesting that Carl can only come here, or Carl can come here, right? So looking at what we have, it says, which diagram represents the ages of the 4 siblings, right? So read again, Carl is not the oldest, so Carl is not at the top, right? So we want to see which one of these would have made sense. Number 1 looks good because number 1 is showing me that Mary is the eldest, Dean is at the back, Carl is neither the oldest nor the youngest here, and Bob is older than, where is it? Bob is, where is it? Bob, I think they said Bob is older than where is it? Where is it? Bob is older than Dean, but younger than Mary. So we're seeing this. Now, A is good. A is a very good one to pick at because Bob cannot be at the top, Carl cannot be at the top, Dean can't be at the top. So definitely you're seeing that the first one for 27 is the correct answer. And normally when you find that first answer, you don't need to waste time and look if the others are correct. Right, let us check out number 28. Drop your answer at number 28 right now, right? If you're seeing what's going on, drop your answer at number 28. So this says if the square represents 2 triangles, then 4 triangles is represented by what? Well, we could easily just draw the squares here because we're told that 1 square represents 2 triangles. So if I should split this in the middle right now, I'm seeing 1 square here and I'm seeing another square over there. So basically at this moment, my answer has to be D. I'm picking up 2 squares from that. All right, let's continue. Let's continue going. We're going. Let's continue going. Adam and Jody. All right, let's look at this. Adam and Jody, right, are training for sports day. The tables below shows the number of push-ups Adam and Jody completed. Use the information, right? So we want to use the information in the table to answer question 29. So we're going to look at the table first, see what we're seeing there, and then use it to respond to question 29. All right. So let's look at the table. We're seeing over this side, we're seeing Adam set of push-ups. We're seeing Jody set of push-ups, and they're showing the days. And here is day. So for Jody, we're only looking at day 7, 100, right? Adam, they gave a number of days. Obviously, there's a sequence going on there in terms of the push-ups. So you're going to have to look at it, look what you notice, and then see if you could predict what's going on. Let's read the question. Adam used a set pattern to complete his push-ups each day. If Adam continues this pattern to day 7, which statement below should be true about the number of push-ups Adam completed on day 7? So they're gonna be talking about Adam push-up on day 7. So what I'm gonna do before I even read the responses down there, I am going to carry mine to day 7 first, right? So look, we're talking about 5, and then so day 1 we're talking about 10, should say, and then 10 goes to 15, then it goes to 25, it goes to 40, then it goes to 60. We want to look between these numbers. We want to look between. So we're talking about he added 5, right? Then he added 10, right? Then he added 15. Then he added 20. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, right? Day 5, right? So you're looking at the various days, right? So day 6, based on what he's going to add 25. So 25 is going to take us to 85. So he's going to add 25 now. And for 7th day, he's going to be adding 30. So you want to add 30 to your 85 right there to make sure, not making any error. So we're talking about adding 30. So let us look at it. 85 plus 30, that's going to give us 115. Day 7 is at 115, and that is more than, so Adam, this is Adam at day 7, more. So Adam would have done more. So I want to look for something that says Adam has more or Jody has less. So let us go. The number of push-ups Adam completed on day 7 is greater than the number of push-ups Jody completed on day 7. I like this. This is already telling me Adam push up more. Yes, Adam had more. Adam on day 7 would have, based on what's going on there, it's going to have 115, which is more. So I don't have to read any other push-up because we actually would have that answer there. So the answer is A. All right, so double check yours, make sure. All right, let's look at this other question. So we have another question coming. Question 30. We're talking about 4 girls, right? 4 girls ran different legs on a 4x100 relay team, as you could see right there. The time run by each girl is shown in the table. Use the information to answer question 30, item 30. Sorry about that. Now, which girl may have contributed most to the success? Now, whenever you're talking about running, right, the faster person would complete the journey in less time. Please bear that in mind. So you're looking for the person with the lowest number. The smallest number here means that that person ran the fastest over their 100 meter. So this is out. This is out. Okay, this is out. So Tanisha would have ran the fastest, 11.17. So that means Tanisha would have contributed the most to that relay there because Tanisha ran the fastest. Remember, with running, you're looking at the smaller time would be a faster person. All right, let's look at this here. So we're looking at this one here about some dogs. So it says the picture below shows different types of dogs, right? The dogs are arranged in ascending order. So you could see that they're going up like that, all right? So we're seeing that. Now, based on their height, the difference, all right? So watch this now. The difference in height between each dog is about the same. So basically, they're telling us that each of the dog is actually the same height, taller than the next one. So if this one is 5 taller than this one, the next one is 5 taller than the previous 5. So they're going with the same distance in terms of how much taller than the previous one. Use this information to answer question 31. So let us see what question 31 says. If the dog at number 6 is 55 centimeters, now they're telling me that this dog here at number 6, I'm going to put it on top of his head. Let's put 55 centimeters on the top or near the top of this one head. This one is 55 centimeters, right? And then now they're telling us that they're equal in height in terms of how much he's taller than the other. What you want to do, right? And they gave us this one too, which is 15. What you want to do is to have an idea of what's the gap between them, right? So you're going to be getting some empty spaces between them. So if you subtract, right? So if we say 55 and we subtract 15, that's going to give us about 40. And 40 is going to divide up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're talking about the distance between them. This is one spot, right, to that one. So you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we want to do now is to find the gaps between them. How much taller is this? How much taller is that? 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 If you look at the gaps between each dog, you're going to have to divide this by what? 5. And it's going to say that we're going to get 8. In other words, they're like 8 taller than each, right? Which means that the next one would be 23. And 23 plus 8 is about 31. 31 plus 8 is about 39. 39 plus 8 is about 47. And 47 plus 8 will have given us the 55. So we are spot on right there. Remember, though, the question did not state that they want the specific thing, you know. Look at the word that they use. The wording is very important. Watch this. Dog number 3 is about. They didn't say the exact. Dog number 3 is about. So I'm looking for anything near my 31. I'm looking for anything near 31 right there, right? Anything near 31. So dog number 3 right there, based on what we're picking up, based on what they actually disclose, right? We could pick 30, we could pick 35, all right? So that dog could be about 35 because you want to pick something close. You want to pick something close to the number that you came up with, 31. Couldn't be 17, too far. 45, too far. 52, way off. Has to be B. So we want to pick B for 31. I'm seeing some very good answers coming out there. Jacob looking good. Krishana, Kayla. Yeah. Gabriel McLean, I'm seeing, yeah, some very good answers coming out there. All right. Let's continue looking at other questions. Now look at this one. This one is very technical, but there's an easy way that we could get there. Let me choose the pen and then take the pen off the screen so I could get a bigger visual. Let me take the pen. All right, let me get a bigger visual for this. 1 minute. Yeah, come back right here. All right, good. All right. So what we're looking at here is that the question says, so we have to read, let's read the question. It says, the diagram below shows the community in which Paul lives. He can use two routes, route A or route B, to walk from school to home. He walks along the road to get home. Use this information to answer question 32. Look at the road. We're looking at it. Look at route A. This is route A here. This is route B right there. He's going to be walking along the road. The black pavement you see is the road. And they're telling us that this is about 5 minutes walk. We're looking at that distance there, and they're linking it to 5 minutes. So we're going to use that piece of information that they gave us to kind of come up with what we want. But let us read what they want first. Let's go back to read what they want. Here's the question. I'm blowing up the question big for us. The question says here, Paul takes 35 minutes to walk from school to home, route A, 35 minutes. If he walks at the same speed, about how long will he take to walk from school to home using route B? So now they're saying 35 minutes to walk route A. How long do you think it's going to take to walk route B? Let's go back to the diagram. I want you to focus on this. I'm going to put some markings on this right at the side. If this is 5 minutes, right? It means then over here is 5 minutes as well. When you look at how the diagram is set up, you could realize that this is another 5, that's another 5. If you mark up your diagram, this is another 5, this is another 5. Mark up your diagram, this is another 5, that's another 5. So if we should check up the first row, I just want you to look. Check up the first row. Let me get back, let me see what, let me get a rose pink. All right, let me use some color. All right, route, watch this. If we check up along this route here, you're picking up 7 5s. And I see why they say 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could see why route A is 35. Then all I'm going to do now is to walk along route B. Let me just walk along route B. Check route B. All I'm coming on is 5. This route. So it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right? So it's just definitely 25 walking along the road. So let us highlight if there's a 25. Yes, there is. We're talking about having a 25 there. Very good. If you pick 35, you probably get yourself in a little trouble. So you have to look, because what they gave us for 5, you could see that you're getting 2 of it coming here basically. So what they gave us for 5 is half of this journey. So you have to think about that this journey was actually 10. This journey was 10, and that was the extra journey that you did, right? So basically it is the 35, and you take out 10, and you could have gotten your 25 just the same, because it's an extra 10 minutes if you want to look at it from that angle. You could even look at the number of trees. Look at this. If you look at 2 trees, it's equivalent to 5 minutes. And then along here is 4 trees, which would have given me 10 minutes to walk horizontally. So you could use that, to help you to actually guide yourself to the answer. The answer would have been 25 there. So you have to look out, be careful. Let us look on this one. The diagram below shows 2 pieces of string. They're labeled 1 and 2, right? A student found that the length of his desk was 10 times as long as number 1. 10 times as long as number 1. Use this information to answer question 33. 10 times as long. So we have to think about that. When I look at these two ropes, you know, I am going to conclude here that the rope 1 is twice as long as rope 2. All right. So rope 2 is just half of rope 1. So no problem. So now the question is about how many times longer would the student dex be than rope 2? Remember, rope 2 is half of rope 1. And because I know that his dex is 10 times longer than rope 1, that means his dex is going to be 20 times longer than rope 2. So it's going to be about 20. Anywhere there, I'm looking for 20, right? So I'm looking for any number between that. It's between 19 to 25, longer. 10 times becomes 20, so 20 would fall in that category. So we're looking for something in that region. 19 to 25 is perfect. 19 to 25 is actually perfect. All right, guys, again, let me just remind everybody at this moment, I'll just write this as a reminder that everyone, please like this video, right? Like this video, subscribe now, okay? Right, so like the video and subscribe to the channel right about now, right? So other persons can find it easily. All right, and it's gonna be left there on YouTube for you to watch until exam. All right, let's go. This one now is a chart, right? And a lot of times the charts, actually, they give a lot of problem, right? So the charts, they do give a lot of problems. So let us just check out this one. It says here, the chart below shows the pollution level in some major cities around the world from 2005 to 2018. Use it to answer item 34 and 35. You're looking at it. The title says chart showing pollution level in the major cities around the world. We have Liffen, Mumbai, Honolulu, and we have Gold Coast. Now you're seeing the charts, you're seeing what's going on from left to right, meaning from 2015 all the way up to 2018. So we're seeing a lot of things going on right there. Let's see what the question that they want us to answer. They said 34 says, which country shows a decrease in pollution in 2018? A decrease would be a fall in your graph. It's gonna come down, right? So when I say come down, going up is like this, coming down, you're looking for any drop, right? So you want something that is dropping, and there's only one that fell, and it's gonna be Mumbai. So you're seeing from Mumbai, 2017 was higher than 2018. That means it fell. So that means there was a drop in the pollution level at Mumbai in 2018. So D is the answer for 34, Mumbai, right there. All right, we'll continue working, continue going, still going, still going. Which statement is true, right? Want to know which statement is true. Which statement is true? Now you have to be very careful now. You're going to have to go back to the thing and come back, but that's fine. Now let's read. Liffen had the lowest pollution level in 2015. Liffen, lowest in 2015. Let's look. Is this true? Liffen is this one. Let me show you. It is this one right here. That's not the lowest. So that's not true. All right. So we know that that's not true. This is Liffen, and that's not the lowest because there are other things below it. It's not the highest. It's not the lowest. So this statement is not true. Mumbai and Liffen had equal levels of pollution in 2017. Equal. That means they would be at the same point. Let's go back to see if they're at the same point in 2018. Liffen, Mumbai. So we are looking at Mumbai, Liffen. So right here, it is correct. I'm seeing where they are the same right there. That is suggesting there that 2017, those two countries were at the same level. That statement is true. The moment I see that thing that they're referring to that is true, I am not going to continue reading other responses because it would not be correct. Definitely, this statement is true. 35 is B. Very good going. Very good going there. 35 is B. Very, very, very good. All right, let us go to 36. 36 says, use the information below to answer item 36. Now, we're going to be careful now. It's another graph, right? It says 40 students were asked about their favorite car color. Red was the most popular car color. So red is leading. So whatever we're doing, red must be the highest, right? No. So for every single graph, red must be the highest, right? Now, we're going to follow these details and make sure that we have one graph that is actually capturing every detail that we actually got here. Now, the part B says, or the next clue says, less than quarter. Now, I need to know what a quarter of 40 is. Quarter is to divide something by 4. That's 10. So technically speaking, I'm putting a number to this. Less than 10 shows blue. Blue is less than 10. I want to make sure I understand that blue is less than 10. So I'm looking for blue to be 9 and under. All right. So red must be the tallest. Blue must be 9 and under. Right. So let's go again. More clue. 2 times. Watch this one now. 2 times as many students chose green as orange. Listen. 2 times as many chose green as orange. In other words, right now, I'm going to compare orange and green. Orange must be half of green. Watch this. The orange must be half of green. Must be. So I have a number of things to look for. Let us go. Orange, this is incorrect. Orange is bigger than green, so that is off. Orange is bigger than green there. I don't need to look at that graph either. C looks good because now blue is less than 10. I like that. Orange is half of green. I like that. And the tallest was red. So C is the answer for that one. So as you go through and you keep seeing it, you grab the answer and you go. Very, very well done. Very well done. Very well done. I'm seeing a lot of people with a lot of answers. Villa, Jacob, Marsha, Katsu, Zevi. Yes, I'm seeing a number of, correct answers coming out. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, this one again, we have to observe this one carefully. There's a key there. I'm not sure if this is actually clear, but I could just walk through it. It's clear to me, but I don't know if you're seeing it as clearly as I am seeing it on screen because it's slightly pale. It says we have, let me read the instruction here. Let me read it. Let me see if I could blow this up as big as I can. All right, I could go that big. All right. It says the diagram below shows a hospital that is located close to 3 towns, as well as the number of hospital workers living in each town. Use the information shown in the diagram to answer question 37. So we're talking about hospitals and so on and so forth, close to the town, and they're showing them. The key though, when you see one pharmacist here, this is a pharmacist, 1 means 20. And when you see one doctor means 10 doctor. And when you see one nurse, it means 25. So you have to be careful, right? So I'm just gonna write PH for the pharmacist PH. This, when you see one of them is 20. And when you see one of the doctor, it's gonna be 10. And when you see one of the nurse, it is 25. So you're going to have to take this into consideration when you're about to answer. Don't look at how many of them, work out the proportions first. So here's the question. Which statement is true about the information given in the diagram? Now, there is a run-on thing. It says there are more dash. So you're going to have to read this each time and then attach A, B, or C to it to flow. There are more. A, doctors living closer to the hospital than pharmacists, right? There are more doctors living closer to the hospitals than pharmacists. Now let us look. Hospital workers. Here is the hospital, right? Closer, is that true? More doctors living closer? No, because closer, we're talking about two pharmacists here. We're talking about two pharmacists here actually would have represented 40. It's 40 pharmacists here right now. Closer, no. So this statement is not true. Doctors living in Greentown, there are more doctors living in Greentown than nurses. So we're going to go Greentown. They are saying there are more doctors than nurses in Greentown. This is Greentown. I'm seeing 3 doctor symbols. That means it's 30 doctors there. And I'm seeing 2 nurse symbols. This is actually 50 nurse because every nurse is 25. It represents 25. So no, this is incorrect. We are not seeing more doctors. There are more doctors living there. No, that is incorrect. Now let's go to C. There are more pharmacists living in Cayman Valley than doctors. Let's go there. Cayman Valley, they're saying there are more pharmacists than doctors. Cayman Valley here. I'm seeing 1 pharmacist and that's 20. 2 doctors, 2 10s, 20. So in terms of doctors and pharmacists, they are the same, 20. So no. So if this is incorrect, then that means this one has to be the answer, all right? Without reading, but I'll read it. There are more nurses living in Cayman Valley than doctors. It is going to be correct, all right? Of course, there are 2 nurses here and 1 nurse is 25. There are 50 nurses, but I never had to go that far because the first 3 answers were incorrect. It means that the last one by default had to be correct, all right? Now let's look at 38. 38, let's go for 38. All right, 38. Read 38 and see if you can come up with the answer quickly. I'm going to give you a minute to work out your 38. Read 38 and see if you could come up with your answer. All right, let's go. Let's go. So I'm going to go through this one now. I see some answers coming in. All right, let us see if it's correct. It says 1 out of every 10. They're saying 1 out of 10. All right, in a school takes lunch to school. So this one, they take lunch. And then if 1 out of 10 takes lunch, it means that 9 out of the 10 do not, right? Do not take lunch. So when you get one piece of information, you can use it. All right. So 9 out of 10 do not take lunch. If there are 200 students in the school, how many of them do not take lunch? Well, we could use this to work it out, right? There are a number of ways you could do this. I could see that the answer is 180. But let's look. So if 9 out of 10, that means you're going to have 90 out of the 100. That means if you double that, the 90 times 2, you're going to get 180 out of the 200 do not take lunch, right? There's another way you could work it out, but in the interest of time, we're just going to let it stay, all right? So 180 is correct. The answer is C. Definitely seeing some C coming out there. Check it and be careful. Don't let the 190 trick you, all right? It's 90 times 2, 180. All right. All right. So the next question says, for item 39, there is a question followed by 2 statements, right? Read the statement carefully and see if they provide enough information to help you answer questions. All right, the question. Now you're going to have to read, and make sure that, you are able to do what they are saying. All right. So let us see if it can work. We're talking about 39. 39 says, Mr. Baker arranged the books on the shelf, on her shelf, Mrs. Baker arranged the books on her shelf in order from the least number of pages to the most, right, number of pages, right, least to the most, right? Now, how many pages does the book in the middle have? This is the question. They want to know how many pages the book in the middle have, right? Well, to know this, it depends on what they say. Let us see if they said enough. We want to know how many pages the book in the middle has. Remember, we don't know how many books are also lined up and stuff like that yet, but let us see. It is said that statement 1, the book in the middle of the shelf has 3 times, right? 3 times the number of pages as the book that has the least. Okay, all right, so that's just a big wide information. The book in the middle has 3 times the number of pages. It could be any number there, right? Now, the second statement says the book with the most pages has 704. Knowing that it has 704 doesn't really mean anything, because there could be any number being lined up from 703 come down for the rest of books. There need to be more conditions so that I can have better idea, because the one in the middle being 3 times the other, because I can find so many numbers there that I could put something in the middle and divide it by 3 to find other books. So technically, this is not enough for me to really to tell the truth. This is saying statement 1 is enough. No, statement 1 can't help anybody right now, right? Statement 2 alone, no. And I still don't think both of them can tell you how much pages, because they're asking how many pages. Remember, we don't even know how many books were lined up. All right, we don't know how many books were lined up. It could be 200 books, it could be 100 books, it could be 700 books. We don't know. We are not privy to answer the question. D is the answer. There is not enough clue for you to go and tell how many pages the one in the middle have. We don't even know how many books are there, much less to know the one in the middle. We don't know that. So, I mean, enough information isn't there. Grab D and go. D is the answer. All right, let us look at this one. This one can be very tricky. Number 40, you have to be thinking now, you know. All right, you have to be thinking, but then again, if you really look at it, there is something there. If you look at it, you can make a link, right? So let us look at this one. I think this one might trick a lot of people, you know. It says examine the mathematical sentence below. There are 5 shapes. We see something like the sun, something like a lightning, something like a star, something like an arrow, and something like a computer cursor. All right, basically the arrow and a trapezium, I will say, oh, it's a prism. All right, good, it's a prism. Now look at what they're saying here. Look at this carefully, right? The numbers, they put some numbers in there, but I don't think I need the numbers to answer the question. They want to know which statement is true, so I could push this up so if you could see what's going on. I see some answers coming out that I like. Listen, do you notice that if you actually take this, if you take it from the star, if I take the lightning from the star, I'm going to get this. If I take the lightning from the star, I'm going to have sun plus sun equal star minus lightning, right? Don't hate on my lightning there. Let me try to, you know what? I'm going to let it look a little better. Let me see if I could find it. Lightning. All right. All right. What I'm saying is, if I take this, and when I say take, means that you pluck it out, but you're going to have to pluck it out from the other side. So it's going to end up over this side as a subtraction. But look at it. You do realize that it is this. So in other words, if I remove the lightning and put it on the other side, it's going to be taking from the other side. It's going to look like this. And you know that this is equal to what? The prism. But in one instance, it's equal to 2 sun. And in another instance, it's equal to a prism. It simply means that a prism is equal to 2 sun. So then we're seeing here that A is the answer. A prism is equal to 2 sun, right? Both of them are actually a star subtract a lightning. That's what both of them are. Both of them, they're equal to a star minus a lightning. So the answer is A at number 40. Don't let it trick you. All right, we're going over, jumping on another one here. All right, so we want to look at the pattern here. Looking at the pattern, right? It says how many squares would be in term 4? When you really look at this, you're seeing some nice little pattern here. We're seeing the bottom is 2, the bottom is 3, the bottom is 4. So I'm seeing one more than the term. So term 1, the bottom is 2, is 1, is 2. Term 2, the bottom is 3. And I'm seeing term 3, the bottom is 4. So I definitely know that for term 5. For term 4, the bottom will be 5. So technically, you're going to get a, in this case, you'll get back a 5 by 5 first. Let me just see if I could put this on. This is kind of ugly. Hold on. Let me put it. I'm not going to put it at the space. Let me just put it below. Firstly, I'm going to have back my same 5 by 5. Hold on, guys. Let me draw. You know what? Let me draw it better. Let me really try to let it look shorter, goodish. All right. So I'm trying to put it together. What I will have, so I'll have 5 at the bottom. So that is. All right. So I'll first have that 5 by 5 first, because this is a 2 by 2. This is a, not even 5 by 5. It's not 5 by 5. Let me take off some of them. Hold on. 5 by 2. Let me take off. Let me fix it. Hold on. All right. Let me go. All right, here it is. All right, so we're going to draw it and then we're going to count. So we're talking a 2 by 2, 3 by 2, 4 by 2. So everything is by 2. So you're going to get a 5 by 2. And you notice they put 1 on the top, leaving the 1 space there, 2 on this top, leaving 1 space, 3 leaving 1. So they're going to leave 1 each time. So that means we're going to have this, and they're going to leave 1 still. So when you check, you could use this to check it up. That's one way. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you could get 14. But there's another way you could check it. You could say, all right, let us see this, if it works, right? This is 5. And then this is 2, 4, 6. This is 8. Then this is 3, 6, 9, and 2, 11. So if you look at this, you're actually adding 3. So there's another approach. You're adding 3 plus 3 to get the 8, plus 3 to get the 11. So you can plus 3, and definitely you're going to get 14 again. So I'm just saying there are many ways that you can work it out. Whichever one works for you, take it and go. So you could draw the figure, or you could use number pattern. The answer is 14. All right, let us check this one. This one says Nancy is making some sandwich. She has a choice of 2 types of bread. All right, so you're seeing bread 1, bread 2 over there. All right, so we could call this bread A, we could call that bread B. Types of bread, white and brown. She also has a choice of 3 types of meat, meat 1, meat 2, meat 3. So you're seeing that, right? So you have chicken, you have beef, and you have fish. Use the information you want to answer question 22. So let us now zoom in a little bit, question 22. So we want to make some sandwich. How many different types of sandwich can Nancy make, right? If for each type of bread, she used only 1 type of meat for it. So in other words, she's going to put 1 in each. She's not going to double up. She's not going to put fish and bread in 1. Not mean fish and chicken in 1. She's not going to do that. So basically then, for bread A, you can get 3 different sandwich from bread A, because you're going to put your beef in 1, you're going to put the fish in 1, and chicken in 1. You can get the same 3. So overall, you only can get 6 based on how they want her to mix it. So you can get up to 6. D. Now let's check out this one. Let's check out this one now. Watch the number pattern. Let's watch out for the pattern. It says, examine the pair of numbers below. The same relationship exists between the number in each pair. So whatever I find for 1 is the same for 2, the 3rd, and the 4th. Use this to answer the question. The question is saying, based on the relationship you have identified, which number correctly replaces the question sign. I'm going to put it in a color here, right there. In the fourth. Now, there are many ways you can do it. You know that you could try to break this down. For example, if I divide everything here by 6, I will get 2, 3. If I divide everything here by 5, I'm seeing 2, 3. If I divide everything here by 3, I'm seeing 2, 3. Then I'm definitely realizing that each of these, they're represented as 2/3. 2, 3, 2 to 3. That means if I see 2 here, then I must have 3 there, right? So you could quickly look at that. You could quickly look at that and realize what's going on, right? So the answer right there is 3. 3 is missing from that based on what I'm seeing there. All right, let's check this one out. All right, number 24. It says here, the clue in the rectangle below describe a 3-digit number. Use them to answer item 24. You're going to have to read this, and you're going to have to make sure which of the following could be the tens, that the place for it, digit of the number. So let us see first, right? The digit in the hundreds place is 4. So I'm going to put 3 dashes because they did say 3 digits. So the digit in the 100 is 4. They did say that. Now the next question says the digit in the ones place is a 3. So we have that. So right now we need to find this right here. Right here. We need that. We're not going to guess it. They're going to give us some clues. We're going to be using it, right? So now watch this. The 3-digit number is divisible by 3. What is this question thinking? What is this question working on? It is working on your idea of what is called divisibility by 3. Divisibility by 3 is what they're asking here. Now, you don't necessarily have to go and divide up the numbers. When numbers are divisible by 3, any number that is divisible by 3, the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. Let me say it again. Any number that is divisible by 3, the sum of the digits is also divisible by 3. So the fact that they told us that it is divisible by 3, there are certain numbers that cannot come here to work. So let us try them, right? So let us try number 2 there. If I put number 2 here, then I will actually have number 2 look like it worked. Because if I put number 3 there, I'm going to have 4 plus 2 plus 3, and that's 9. The question is 9 divisible by 3? And if you say yes, that means 2 is the right number that needs to go here so that it could work. The answer is A. Right? And if you want to try other numbers, you'll see that it would not be divisible by 3. So the divisibility rule says if you add up the digits in the number, add them up, it must be divisible by 3 for it to be something that 3 can go into. Let me try another one for you. Watch. Teachable moment now. Let us say you're talking 18. We all know that 3 can go into 18 without a remainder. But check this out. 1 plus 8 is 9. Ask yourself, can 3 go into 9? If the answer is yes, 3 can go into 18. Let's try another thing that you know it could go into. 30. 3, 0. 30. We know that 3 can go into 30. We know that. So let us now check divisibility by 3. 3 plus 0 gives 3. Can 3 go into 3? If you say yes, that means 3 can go into 30 as well. So when we're talking about divisibility by 3, I don't need to divide out the number. I can just check the digits to see if the sum of the digits, if it is divisible by 3, then yes, you could take it and go. All right? All right. All right. So 2 would have been the response there. We get that. Let's go for the next one. Nice question here. This question here says that the diagram below shows the model of a whole number, right? Shows the model of a whole number. Each small cube, all right? So each small cube in the model has a volume of 1. Now, use the model to respond to the information here. Which of the following does the model represent? Now, if every one of these is 1, what we can do is to quickly, let me blow it up to see what we can represent. So I'm blowing this up big, right? So we could have, let me put it where I want it right there. Then I blow it up a little bigger. Let's go a little bigger. All right. Maybe that can work right there. So from this, we can see that we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 at the side. All right. And if I count this, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm getting 10. So this is a 10 by 10. So how many do I have? 10 by 10. This is 100. This here is 100. The fact that they're hiding some of the one behind it, I know it represents 100 as well. These are single. 1, 1, 1. A total of 3. So now I have some number to my thing, right? The question says, which model would represent that there? We're talking about 100 plus 100 plus 3. I'm looking for 203 as my answer. And the answer is C. So there it is. You could make the link, find out what's going on. The moment you find out what's going on, definitely you can predict the other things, even though they're hiding some of it. Let's check this one out. We're looking at the beads. The beads on the counting frame represents the number 312. Well, this is showing me something. This is a 3, this is a 1, this is a 2, and I'm already seeing an association to 312. So definitely there is a link there showing us that, oh, this is 312. Now, they want us to, which number is represented by the beads on the counting frame below? I'm going to follow this same. I'm going to count them out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put 6 right here. There's none on this one. I'm going to put 0. There's 1 on this one. I'm going to put 1. And I'm going to count the rest. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9. So I'm looking for 6, 6, 0, 1, 9. And the answer is definitely B. There it is. 6019 is B. So you follow the pattern, do what they're doing, and yes, you would have come up with that. Question 27. We're looking at 27 right now. 27 says, which point is incorrectly labeled? We're looking at the keyword incorrectly labeled here. Incorrectly labeled on the number line. Now I could blow the number line up a little bit, right? Which one of these is not at the right place? It's not at the right place. So I'm going to blow this up big in front of our faces so that we could see it well. All right. Now we're gonna try to use our judgment, plus the markings are there. So let us look. This is 1 here, which is for this line. This is 2 here, which is for this line. There is a 3 here, which is for this line. So I'm seeing my 1, my 2, and my 3, right? So now I could see that this is half and this is another half. So like I'm saying that 1.5 must be halfway between 1 and 2. So this is correct. 2.5 must be halfway between 2 and 3. That is correct, right? And then when I look again, a halfway between this, I see this, which is 2.25. That means this is good. There are 4 of them there. Even if you don't know what this means right now, it is way off. The answer for the one that is incorrectly labeled would be B, right? So you have to be careful. B is the one that is incorrectly labeled. 1.5 is correct. It is halfway between 1 and 2. This is 1.5. It's halfway between 1 and 2, so it's good. This one is the problem, right? So B is the answer. Looking good, Kristen. Looking good. Let's go to the next question. Let's see what's coming up. All right. Which number is the smallest? All right. Now, when you look at this, you might try to do a lot of canceling, but I believe that they'll set it up so that you will struggle to cancel. So you don't want to waste time cancel. What you can do now is to make good estimation. So what we're going to do, they want to know the smallest. So we're going to start picking off things. All right. So firstly, this is actually, when you look at it, we're talking about smallest. This number at D here, when you look at this, you're realizing that this is an improper fraction. So all improper fractions are actually bigger than proper fractions, because improper fraction would have a whole number plus a fraction. So this can't be the smallest here. It's an improper fraction. It's way out, right? Because I'm seeing proper fractions. That means they're small already. Now, I'm going to use how close they are to the denominator to give myself, you know, a better edge. 42 out of 57 is closer than everything else. All right, so this is off. This is big because this is almost 57, 42 out of the 57. So we're eliminating, guys. A lot of times you want to eliminate. So rather than try to work out the decimal for this, which is going to waste your time, you don't have a calculator, we are suggesting that you eliminate based on your knowledge of fraction. Now, would you agree that 5 over 11 is near a half? When we're talking about near a half, you know, this is near half. This is so near to a half that, remember, half of 11 is 5.5. So this is so near to a half. Now, what is a half of 68? A half of 68, you know, half of 68 is 34. Look how far 14 is from that. This is the smallest number here. All right. So 5.5. This is off. That's very big. This is near 50%, but this is way off. This is the smallest, right? So you can make the associations, eliminate what cannot be. The answer is 14 over 68. 14 is less than quarter of 68. Quarter of 68 is about 17, right? So this is way below a quarter. So it is the answer for the smallest number up there. Thank you. All right, let's go at this. This one, I got to minimize for this. Let us take a look. The jar below has 21 marbles in it. Use it to answer 29. 21 marbles. So they're saying that is 29 marbles. Let me set the screen right there. So what I'm looking at there is 29 marbles right there, right? So about how many marbles will be in the jar? Well, we could do this. We could just do, it's gonna be a guess, right? But it could be an intelligent guess. I could mark this off. I could say, this is my bottom, right? Allow me to mark this off. That's the bottom of the jar. I'm gonna put it in red right there, right? So that's the bottom of the jar. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna keep pasting it. All right, so that's the bottom of the jar. Hold on. All right, we are saying that this is about 21. So we're gonna use this space to judge. That's 21. So I'm gonna see how many 21s I can get going up to the top. So basically, I'm going to be judging the space, So you could use your pencil and just do it in the exam. So we're saying that's about 21. We're not saying that it is, you know. We're trying to judge so that we can make a good estimation. That's all. We're not saying that what we're doing will get the exact answer, but they said about. So about right there. All right. So you want to kind of use the 21 that they gave you to kind of predict what's going on for the rest. So if that is about 21, right? I am suggesting that this is about 21. This is about 21. This is about 21, right? So the question is about how many marbles will be in the jar when it is full. All right. So if it is full, I'm looking at somewhere near about 84, about 84. I'm not saying it is 84, but we want to say about, right? So we're going to be looking now for a number near to this and see which one makes sense. I got 84 by just representing 21 a number of times going up. So you could see here, I would be picking 80 as the closest answer to 84, because 21 I would have had that space about 4 times going up, right? So we're thinking about picking 80 for that. Very good, very good, very good, very good going. All right. Now let's go to 30. Question 30 says, each student, right? Each student in a class will be given a speech. Each student in a class will be given a speech. Each student in a class will be given a speech. Each student's speech should last 7 minutes and, oh, my bad, should last between 7 to 10 minutes, or between 7 to 10 minutes. It's not going to be shorter than 7, but it's not going to be longer than 10, right? Now, which of the following is the best estimate for the least? They're talking the least number of student speeches that could be given in 2 hours. We're going to have to take 2 hours, turn it into minutes first, and focus on the main idea in the question. 2 hours. You're taking that, you want to turn that into minutes. 2 times 60. That is going to give you 120 minutes. Now, watch this. Now, which of the following is the best estimate for the least number of students? In other words, if everybody goes up there, use up 10 minutes. If everybody goes up there, use up the maximum time. So let us assume that everybody use up the maximum time, which is 10 minutes. Then this is the worst case scenario in terms of how many people could go up there. The longer each speech take is the less persons will come up there. So they want to know the worst case in terms of the least number of speeches. So we're going to have to maximize and use 10. So we're saying divide 10 into 120. And it's going to tell us about 12. About 12 speeches. Worst case scenario, right? So we're saying about 12 speeches. So I'm going to look to see which number now is closest to 12, because it is about 12. So when I look, this is too small, that's too small, that's too big. We can settle for about 12 speeches based on how the question is set. So they want to understand if you are understanding approximation, picking the numbers in the closest range based on what's going on. All right, let's go at this one. This one said Nancy wants to determine the number of pencils in a bag. Mark gave her the clues listed below. Use them to answer the question. All right. So there are clues in this little box. Let me see if I could get the question. All right, there's it. So Mark gave some clues here. All right. Based on Mark's clues, how many pencils could be in the bag? The word is could. They're not saying how many persons directly in the bag, you know, not how many directly is in. Could. That means you may hit the number, you may be a little bit more, you may be a little less, right? So you're thinking like that. Now, let us now jump at the question. It says the number is less than 60. Okay, less than 60, I'm going to take off 76. So when I get clues, I'm eliminating answers. 76 cannot be. Right? The next question, the next clue says the number is not a multiple of 2. Not. So if it is not a multiple of 2, I need to take off things that 2 cannot go into without a remainder. 2 can't go into this. 2 cannot go. It's not a multiple. They didn't say it is. Not a multiple of 2. All right? The number is not a multiple of 2. Hold on. My bad. Hold on. My bad. Not a multiple of 2. Taking off the 38, should say. All right? So it's not a multiple of 2. So we're picking on this. So 38 is gone. Right? So we're left now to pick between 25 and 41. And then it says it does not include 5. Well, does not include 5. That means you are out. My answer is 41. All right. So there it is. We would have picked 41 there, and we're gone. All right. So we just have to read, go through, and think about everything that we're doing. All right. Try not to make any error as we go. All right. Let us look at this one now. Number 32. Let us see how many persons could get the answer right now for number 32. Number 32. Let me see some answers coming in for number 32. Some answers coming in. Number 32. A cat has 1 nose and 4 legs. All right. 2 cats, 2 legs, 2 nose, 8 legs. How many cats are there if there are 16 legs and 4 nose? You can do this 2 ways. You can focus on the nose because you're supposed to have 1 nose per cat. So if you realize that you have 4 nose, must be 4 cats. Also, you could focus on the legs. A cat is supposed to have 4 legs. If I have 16 legs, I divide by 4, I get 4 cats. So which one of the clues you want to use, it's fine. How many cats are there? 4. So you just pick on the thing, man, and do what you have to do, right? Look at the clues, take your time, and make sure. All right. Let's go again. We're moving, we're moving, we're moving. We're going to stop at 40. We're close. All right. This one says the table below shows the distance 4 students live from school. Use this information to answer item 33 and 34. Remember, now, this is the distance they live from school. Student Kemar 1 point. So let me just tick them off. Kemar 1.9, Melissa 0.5, Nick 1.1, Simone 0.4. That's the kilometer that they live from school. First question, which student, right? So the question is, which student lives the closest to school? Closest. So you want to look at the smallest number up here would have been closest. And the smallest number is 0.4. And that goes for Simone. Simone lived the closest to school, 0.4. B is the answer. Let's go to question 34. Which conclusion can be drawn from the information in the table? So I guess we're going to have to go back to the table, look to see. So let us look at A. All the students live less than 2 kilometers from school. Let us look. All the students live less than 2. Well, I think that the first answer is correct, so I'm not going to read the rest. All the students live less than 2. 1.9, 0.5, 1.1, 0.4. That statement is correct. Let us read to see if that's what they wanted. Which conclusion can be drawn from the information? I can draw this. All the students live less than 2 kilometers from the school. Yes, I don't need to read the rest, right? We don't need to read the rest because this is correct and there's only one answer they're looking for. We're moving on. All right, let us jump at this one now. Let's see what this one is about. Let us go. This one says, right? This one says, use the information below to answer 35. Anna asked 20 children about the number of brothers they have. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can zoom. I think we're gonna have to go move back and forth to make sure we're seeing everything at once, all right? Because the writing is very big. All right, let's go. Now, some children, so let us take the clues here. Some children have no brothers. No brothers. So for some of them, we're looking for a 0 brother, all right? So we were talking about 0 brothers, all right? All right, no child has more than 3. No child has more than 3. So anybody you see has more than 3 brothers, then it's incorrect, right? Nobody passed 3. 3 brothers is the limit, right? No child. Then no, more than 1, more children have 1 brothers than any other number of brothers. All right, let's go further. So there are a number of clues. You're gonna have to put everything together. Let me minimize. Okay, I like D. I think D is the answer. All right, because it says some of the children have no brothers. I'm seeing 4 children here with no brothers. This is good. Number 1 is the most, like 1 brother. We have 11 people with 1 brother, and we see nobody with 4. All right. So basically, the clues that we got, everything is answered at D. We pick D and you move, right? C is not it. C cannot be it because C had 1 at 4. Incorrect. 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 The answer is D. All right. So we have to be looking out. Look out. Look out. Let's jump at this one now. Next question. All right. So this one, it says a survey was done with 50 grade 6 students about their favorite subject. All right. It's about their favorite subject. The diagram below represents the information that was collected. So they collected this, right? Favorite subject, physical education, music, art. So you're seeing that physical education is half of the thing, right? And art is a little bit more than 1/4 of the thing. So we have clues already. You understand? So the moment you look at it, clues are there. Here's the question now. The question says, here's the question. Which statement best describes the information in the table? So we're going to have to pick at the table and come back. Let me move this off. So we're going to have to pick at the things, go through them 1-1 and see if it is correct. Which one is best? A, no more than 12 students like art, right? Now let's go back to see if we got a number to see how many, right? 50, you know, remember there are 50 grade 6. So we're talking about 50 students, 50. It says no more than 12. Now, you know what? 50, half of 50 is 25, right? Half of 50 is 25. And half of this is like 12 and a half. I'm just saying, 1/4 of 50 is 12 and a half. This is more than 1/4, right? So that means this is more than 12 and 13 right now. And they say no more than 12. This is incorrect because more than 12 like art. We know that because 1/4 of 50 will give us actually 12 and a half, but for people, you'd have to say 13, and it is bigger than 1/4. So that is incorrect. Let us go to B. More students chose physical education as their favorite subject than music and art combined. That is a lie, correct? This is a lie because physical education is equal to music plus art because it's half, right? Music and art together give physical education. B is wrong. Less than 50 students like physical education. This is true. No, oh, this is at least. No, this is incorrect. I thought they said less. All right. So they said at least 50 students like physical education. That is incorrect because it's half. At most, 10 students like music. At most, 10 like music. Now let us see if it makes sense. Based on the other responses that I got, right? Based on the other responses, because this would have been 25 here. And this over here this is more than 1/4. So you're talking 13 or more, could be even 15. So what we're saying is here, if this is about 15, 13, 14, 15, that's about 40 out of it, out of the 50. Yeah. So this is near 10-ish. So I would go with the bottom one, but not just because of the number. The first 3 are incorrect. I would say to you, select this one, even if you don't agree with it. All right. So I'll go with D. You have to go with D. No more than, A is incorrect. No more than 12 like art. No, that's a lie. More than 12 like art. All right. So we have to look out for those. Now 37. 2 out of, oh, this is a different question. 2 out of every 5 girls in a school are wearing ribbon. Let's write it down. 2 out of 5. They are wearing ribbons. They are wearing ribbons. if there are 60 girls in the school, how many of them are wearing ribbons? So what you want to do is to take this as a fraction, 2 out of 5 of 60, right? Of means to multiply. So 5 into itself, 1, 5 into 60, 12. And then you're looking for 2 12s, 24. So it's about 24 girls that are actually wearing the ribbons there. So you have to be careful, look out. And you see they try to hide 2. They put the 2 in words. So if you don't like to read, you're going to miss it. 2 out of 5. All right. So all you have to do is just to represent 2/5. You also want to represent 2/5 as a fraction and then take it of 60 and you're going to get your 24. All right. All right. So you represent that and you move. All right. Let's go for the next question. We are about 38. We're coming down, All right. Oh, we were at 29. We're at the last 37. I think something is missing, but this is what I have. All right. Oh, all right. Let's do this one. Let's do this. I think there's a sheet below this, so don't watch the 40. It says here, examine the multiplication table below. There are 4 shapes. There is a circle, there is a star, there is a triangle, there is a square in each table. Right? Now, each shape represents a different single digit. So there is no doubling up of digits here. Use it to answer item 40. Now, this is a multiplication table. I am suggesting that you think about how multiplication table works. The numbers at the side multiply with the one in the column to give something beside it. For example, circle multiply by circle would give something right there beside the circle. So thinking of this, what multiply by itself to give 1? You're going to realize that circle is 1. You understand? Because 1 multiply by 1 give 1, right? So we know that the circle is 1, right? So we're going to try to use that to help us. Remember, we want to know what the star is. It's a star we want to know. But you have to fill out as you go along to get to the star. Now, let's go again. You're noticing, though, that you're noticing this. Triangle times triangle give 9. Follow your multiplication table, you know. Remember, you're saying that triangle times triangle give 9. It's in the same, so blah times blah give blah. Just as though your timetable set up. You're going to use that now to help you to pick up what triangle is. In other words, the triangle is 3. What multiply by itself to give 9? 3. So this is 3 times 3. Give me the 9. Now I'm seeing where I could now do a lot of things because this is 3 as well. And if you figure it out 3 times 1, you're seeing that you're getting the 3 beside it down there. That means this is 3. So you have to keep work out what's going on. Watch this now. We're almost there now. You know what this is now? You can ask yourself, what multiply by 3 to give you 18? You're going to realize it's 6, right? Because we found out that this part here is 3, right? And then now this is 18. So I'm asking what multiply by 3 here to give me that 18? It is 6. So this is 6, right? So if the square is 6, that means this here is 6. No, this is 6. Now I can figure out everything. You can figure out everything now because you could take this here and you could say, watch this. If I focus on this 6 here, let me blow it up a little bigger now. Right there. If I focus on this 6, let me get a bigger pen right there. If I focus on this 6, I'll say 6 times what? Give me 12. That's it. So you're going to have to fill out the table, go right across until you reach, 6 times what? Give me 12. 6 times blank equal 12. Blank is 2. That means star is 2. All right? Star is 2 right there. So we're going to be picking our 2 for the star. If you pick B, you are right on spot. Spot on correct right there. We have one more sheet to go and we're wrapping it up a little after 7:30. We have 2 more questions. All right. It says Francis is able to type 180 words per minute. 180 words. Paying attention to this. Per minute. 100 and now, how many words can she type in 15 seconds? All right. If she type at the same rate, you want to convert, you want to know, you can break it right down. This is saying 180 words per 60 seconds. That's what it really means. So you can divide it out and find out. There are many things you could do, you know. There are many ways, but you can find out how much she type in 1 second. For example, if you say 180 divided by 60, you're going to get 3. It simply means that she's typing 3 words per second. Therefore, in 15 seconds, it's going to be 3 times 15, 45 words. So this is the answer, but I'm not saying that this is the only way, because there's another way. All right, because you could divide the 60. All right, let me just show you the next way, because I mean, skills are skills. I could understand that they're saying we are focusing on 15 seconds. We're talking about 180 words. I could use a ratio and do it. And we're talking about 60 seconds, because 1 minute is 60 seconds. This 1 minute, I have to turn it into seconds. But how does 60 seconds turn into 15? If I divide this by 4, I get 15. That means I have to divide this by 4. And it balances back. I'm just saying there are many ways. So if I divide it by 4, I'll get 15 seconds. And if I divide this by 4, I'll get 45 words. So there's another way that you could approach it. But I mean, whichever way you find to be suitable for you, use it. None is easier. It's about how you interpret it and how you feel. All right, let's go. Let's look at the 39. It says, for item 39, there is a question followed by 2 statements. Determine if the statement, provide enough information for you to answer. All right, let's look. It is saying that the distance around a pond is 40 meters. What is the length of the longer side? All right, so that's what, so we don't know anything yet. The distance around, so the perimeter is the perimeter. They're saying to us that the perimeter is 40. First statement, the pond is rectangular. Let me take out a rectangle and drop it there. If I know that the pond is rectangular, this is a very big clue that I can use. So here is my pond, it's rectangular. So now I'm focusing on, am I able to go along the boundary? Am I able to go along the boundary? They told me that going along my boundary is 40. That purple, that pink thing there is 40, right? So we know that it's 40 meters to walk along the boundary. So having a rectangular shape can help, but let us see. Let's go. Statement 2, the pond is twice as long as it is wide. This is a very big help. This is a very big help. So you could put meaning to it. You could call one of them X and the next one 2X. The pond is twice as long as it is wide. So if I call this X, then this is going to be 2X. Yes, I can use this to solve the problem. I don't have to solve it, you know. So I am saying right now that the information that I have, I can use it to solve the problem. All right. When I get all of this combined, both of them together, I definitely can nail it right about now. So statement 1 alone, no. Statement 2 alone, no. I need conditions. Both statements together will help me to know the length of the longest side. Yes, because I can find, if I don't get the last statement, I could find many rectangles to fit it. I could tell you infinite many to fit it. But when they gave the condition that that is twice. As long as that, then now I'm now forced into a corner to represent this as X and this as 2 times it, right? And then I could use that to work out something. So there it is. I think that was the last one. And we are right there at 1.5 hours. All right, guys, I will say to you, remember to like the video, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. So let me write the name of the channel right here. Remember, you could go back and watch this on YouTube. Here it is, Daily Math Concepts, right? On YouTube right now, you go there. There are some PEP videos there. If you type in Daily Math Concept and type in PEP beside it, then you will see PEP things that I did, as well as you're going to see this live. It's going to be saved there. So definitely, you can go back and visit as many times. And remember that your exam is coming up in this week. So you could revisit this multiple times, see what's going on, right? And if you want to reach out for PEP classes, right? PEP math classes, the focus is on the math. Here is a number. You can reach out, right? You can reach out. The classes are done live on Zoom, not on YouTube. The classes are done live on Zoom. Close to every exam, or probably 1 or 2 weeks before, I will be doing a live on YouTube for PEP differently, all right? But enjoy the rest of your time, guys, and it was good that you were here. All right, so we're at the end. So if you have any shout outs, you could do some shout outs in that chat right now if you want. Anybody's there that you want to big up, you could go ahead and big them up now in the chat. There it is. Thank you for coming out, and I trust that it worked. I hope that you understood something and you were able to relate to what goes on. Good night, everybody. As I said, if you want to shout out anybody now, you could. Now is the time. Big up Miss Price. Big up Nev. All right, everybody. Take care. I'm about to go. Mm-hmm.